Hi everyone, so today I want to show you how to make this one. This is a 5x7 tucked corner fold card portrait, and I made this in a live stream a few weeks back, and I made it using my Golden Flora kit. And so it was basically the same as the 6x6 that I made quite a while ago, but as I said, I've done a 5x7 version. So this is my paper pad, my first paper pad. This die here is actually from inloveartshop.com. It's a company that is linked to Rosa Studio, but I have a new code for them. So the code for inloveartshop.com is iced images, and that will get you 20% off. Iced images all in one word. You get 20% off. You can obviously still use my Rosa Studio code over on Rosa Studio, and that is iced20. I should put all the details up on the screen for you and in the description below as well. But yeah, I quite like this peacock die from In Love Art Shop, just because I thought, you know, if you took the peacock bit away, you could use it as like a doily. You could lay them up, you could do all sorts with it. So I really like that. And then you've got space on the back to write, and obviously it fits in an envelope for a 5x7 card. My paper pack, the Golden Flora paper pack, digital paper pack, is available over on Etsy. If you go to icedimages.etsy.com, again I will put that up on the screen for you. You can go and check that out in my shop, but you can also, if you want to, you can become a silver member, which means you get all the benefits of being a bronze member. So custom emojis, email access to me, custom badges and things. There's loyalty badges. There's lots. I can't remember all the things. Again, I'll put that up on the screen because my memory is terrible, so I can't remember everything, but I'll put it up on the screen. So you get all of that, plus I will send you the this kit as well. So I'll send you one kit. So whatever's the most latest kit, that's the one that you'll be sent. Okay, so that's the silver membership plus one. So if you want to do that, the silver plus one membership, you can do, or you can just nip over to Etsy and buy the pack over there. So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so for today's card, I'm actually using papers from my next pack, which is for May, the May pack, but I'm launching it a little bit early just because I wanted to use it. So this is the pack. I've called it Spring Garden, and these are all the papers that you get. So I've gone for this kind of mushroomy colour with pinks. I really quite like this actually. It's not the sort, again, it's not the sort of colours I would normally go for, but I really like it. It's mad, isn't it? Keep making these things that I wouldn't normally, you know, it's not really my kind of colours. I like pink and lilac, they're definitely my colours. But yeah, so we're using the papers from this. I do have a separate video where I go through the pack, so that will be coming out if it hasn't already. But yeah, as again, these will also be available on Etsy, and they will also be available, obviously, if you're a silver member, a silver plus one member, then you will be getting this kit at the beginning of May. So for this card, you're going to need a base piece that is 7 by 10 inches. And then what you want to do is, if you measure along the top, and you want to measure from the top left across the top, and you want to mark 7 inches in. So for me, that's going to be here at number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to score from number 7 down to this corner here. Okay. So I'm just going to get my marker. Obviously, if you want to draw lines down your thing, you can, so you know where things are. So I'm going to draw down like that, and then we're going to go from, here we go, so there's my mark. So I'm going to go from this corner to that mark. So it just means I need to turn this round, put that in the little 6-inch slot, line that up with my ridge, and then I'm just going to score down there like that. Okay, so once you've done that, you need it looking like that, you know, this way around. And I haven't quite done it to the mark, so that might cause me problems later. In fact, before I do any more, let me just quickly fold this up so that it does actually fold along there, because I think I'm gonna, yeah, it needs to be nice and square. So then what we're going to do is take our card, turn it clockwise. So now we've got from the top left going down to the bottom right. And we're going to go from this left hand side, and we're going to mark along at 5 inches along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 2 inches. We're going to score down until we hit that diagonal line going the other way. Then we're going to turn it clockwise again, and we're going to mark again at 5 inches, but from the right hand side this time. So 5 inches along the bottom from that diagonal corner, and we're going to mark up like that. So when we turn it back round the right way, hopefully you can see that, you should have the 7-inch mark along the top, a score line going from there to the bottom left hand corner, and then you should have this little 5 by 5 square here. Okay, so you've got a line there and you've got a line there, and then that's like a 2-inch border, and then you've got a big section here. So that is all the scoring we need to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to fold this over, so that's a mountain fold, but then this top section here is going to need to be a valley fold. So if you kind of half fold one bit and half fold the other. These here are both going to be valleys, so we're just going to fold a little bit just for now, and then when it kind of gets the hang of it, we can then bring this over like that and just go in and burnish along there like that. And then we just bring this one on top like that, and again just burnish and just burnish. Get it all nicely into place, and that is your 5 by 7 tucked corner fold. Okay, so what you need is you need 2 pieces of mat that are 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Now on top of that, you obviously need your white piece, and you also need a pattern piece, and both of these are 4.5 by 6.5. So starting with the mat piece, you need to take your mat. Now for the one that's going to go on the front, so it's going to go in here, we also need to cut this corner off. So what you want to do, I'm going to do it on the back, so it's this corner I need to cut off, so when I flip it, it becomes this corner. From that corner, I'm going to measure along the top 1 7/8 and make a little mark. And then I'm going to measure down the side 1 7/8 and make a mark. And then we're going to join the 2 marks up, and then what I would do is just turn your card over and just lay this on the top and just make sure that that looks about right, and it does, but just double check it, I would, before you cut it, because what you can do if you want to is just lay it on, put your ruler on and kind of guesstimate it. So that's the other way of doing it, but I think that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to go ahead now and just cut that off. And then I'm going to do the same with the other piece, but obviously this one, because it's going to go on the back, it needs to be the opposite corner. So it's going to be this corner here. So what I can actually do, because it's going to be this corner, is I can lay it down. I can just put those together so they're kind of back to back, because this is the face. It's kind of a rough edge, and I can just draw along the line I've just cut, and then that way I haven't got to remeasure it. So there's the one for the back, just going to fit nicely on there like that. And then I've got the one for the inside. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm actually not going to stick this down just yet because I need to stamp on it. But this one here, I can stamp on. Actually, let's do the pattern one, not stamp on. I can stick down, but let's do this first. So for this, you're going to need to place this over the top. And then, as I said, you can either measure it or you can just go ahead and eye it. So what I'm going to do is I've actually, on the back, I have actually, let me just put this around, I've actually measured in 1 7/8 from that corner across and from that corner down, and I've drawn a line, and actually it does look right. So if you want to do that, you can. So it's exactly the same measurement as you did for the mat, 1 7/8, and you're going to cut along that line you've drawn. And then that should hopefully fit nicely on there, which it does. It's a little bit big. That border's a little bit big, but that might be down to my cutting. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick that onto here. So that's ready now, and we can go ahead now and just stick that into the middle there. Okay, so that's that one done there. And then what we need to do is we also need to cut out a strip for this. So you need one mat piece that's 1 3/4 by 6 3/4, and one pattern that's 1.5 by 6.5. Now I've actually gone on and drawn already my line to cut the corner off for there, but I haven't done this one. So let me just quickly do this one. So this is going to go on like that. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm actually going to eye it, because you're not going from that corner. You're actually coming down a little bit on that side. I think it's about 1/4 of an inch that you come down. So it's going to be approximately there, like that. So that measures, so it's about 1 7/8, and you come down about 1/8. Okay, so you're coming down this side about 1/8 and this side 1 7/8. And then we're just going to cut that off like that, and it should be the same measurements on your pattern piece. So if I just have a look on here, yeah, it's more like 1/4. Let's just check that that's okay. Oh no, it's probably, yeah, no, that's about right. Yeah, so it's about 1 7/8 and then 1/4 down this side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then that is going to stick on there like that. So I'm going to go ahead now and just stick that down. Okay, so that's the front bit done. So then for the inside bit, so it's just this square here that I decorate. I don't bother doing that. If you want to do that, you can. You just need to cut out another piece like you did before. So for this, you just need a mat piece that's 4.5 by 4.5 and a pattern piece that's 4 by 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut that in half diagonally in the same way that is. So obviously, if you've got a non-directional paper, it doesn't really matter. But if you've got a directional paper, just make sure you know you're cutting it on the right side. So just draw on the opposite side, and then I haven't got to worry about pencil lines. If you've got paper and you're using tape, it's a good idea to tape it first before you then cut it in half. I don't think this has really got a right way up as such, but I'm going to go from that corner to that corner. So I've put tape on, and now with a pencil I'm just going to go across, draw my line. I can see enough that I can guess where I'm going with it. So now I'm going to stick this one onto here, and then onto there, that onto there, and then onto the other side of that triangle. Okay, so there you go. So that's with it open, obviously with it shut. So there you have it. And then all we need to do is decorate. So I'm going to be using a couple of the dies from inloveartshop.com. So I've got this one, which is a happy, and it actually cuts out obviously the letters and the shadow. So that's really cool. I really like that. Just happy on its own. But you could put anything. Happy New Year, happy anniversary, happy birthday, happy, I don't know, be happy. Do you know what I mean? You could do anything with it. So I quite like that. And then this, which is a beautiful die. So this is like it's almost like a whirlpool of notes. And what I've done is I've cut it out of this beautiful mother of pearl kind of card, which was part of the Chasing Rainbow paper pack from Trimcraft first edition. And then I've just backed it onto some of the lilac matte base card that I've used, and have could have birthday there and happy over here. Oh yeah, I quite like that. I think I'm going to do it that way around. Happy and birthday at the bottom like that, and then have the notes. Now, because you can have it coming off this corner, as long as you don't go outside of your boundary, you can have it coming off there. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick this down. Okay, so there you have it. So there's your tucked corner fold cards, 5 by 7. So I put the happy at the bottom there, the birthday at the bottom there, and the little thing coming up from there. And obviously, when you open it up, you've got all that there, and then you've got space on the back to write. So that's the tucked corner fold card portrait, 5 by 7. I will be doing a double, so a 5 by 7 landscape. I might have already done it, I'm not sure, but anyway, there's a 5 by 7 landscape version coming up at some point. So yes, I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell if you so you never miss a video. Leave a comment down below, and go and check out inloveartshop.com. Use my code IcedImages, all in one word, to get yourself 20% off. You can also still use my code ICED20 over on CocoRosaStudio.com to get yourself 20% off. And obviously my papers are available in my Etsy shop, icedimages.etsy.com. So go and check those out or become a Silver Plus 1 member. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.